Today I'm going to test the Wild Country Revo and the Petzl Gri-Gri, and I'm going to take some falls on both of them. My channel on YouTube is gunkclimber. Thanks for subscribing, and click the bell notification right beside it. Alright, here's the wall. This is the outside wall we got. It's pretty nice for the summertime right now. It's totally taken apart. It is December and it's usually freezing cold, but today happens to be a nice day, and I was actually at the gunks climbing yesterday, so this is just a change in plan here. So I got the anchor set up down at the bottom there. Here's the rope, and I have a knot at the end of the rope, so when I do fall, that knot should hopefully catch me. And I have done this once so far, and it so far caught me the first time. So alright, first one I'm going to try is the Gri-Gri. Gri-Gri is a pretty simple device. The problem with the Gri-Gri is if you are solo rope climbing and you are actually leading, it doesn't feed rope very well, or at all. So it makes it very difficult to climb, especially if you're trying to do any hard climbs. But if you're doing any easy climbs, it's a very safe device. The Revo is a much better device at harder climbs, but it does have some slippage on it. Now it slips for a reason. It's supposed to slow the catch down a little bit, and it seems to do that well. Alright. So this is what I'm saying. I can't just feed this up. I actually have to sit here and kind of press it and move it up. You can put it in better directions. Usually I have the rope coming up and around my shoulder into a rope bag when I climb. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen me do this before, so it's in this position. But right now I'm just going to drop it. So I'm going to the top, and I'm going to take a fall. And it caught. And the Gri-Gri does a really good job. It catches right away. I have heard people say that they've had a Gri-Gri fail on them before. I'm not quite sure how it happened, but I do believe it could happen. Alright, so that was the Gri-Gri. Alright, this is the Revo. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Alright, so when you open it up, stick the rope through, goes around, comes around the other side. Nice thing about the Revo, it spins. You can use it either direction, which is kind of nice. If you're left-handed, this is the perfect device for you. It works almost exactly like an ATC, so it's not really difficult to figure out. Alright, so I have to take the rope down. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I don't usually do any leading on this wall. We have auto belays that we have set up during the summertime. We don't leave them out during the winter time because I'm afraid it's just going to destroy the auto belays. But they are a nice device. Alright, so I'm going to feed this backwards like this. The reason why I do this is because I prefer this when I have the rope bag on my back. So the device will go like this. You can see it feeding down there. It goes over my shoulder into my rope bag when I normally climb, but I'm just going to leave it hang right now. You got to remember that the Revo will catch either direction. It doesn't matter if you can catch that way or catch that way. And like I said, see how it's easy to feed out? It is great when you're lead climbing. Now the problem is, will it actually lock up? I have tested it, and so far it has caught. All right, so very easy for me to pull up and hook into those clips. All right, here's the top clip. All right, now take a fall. All right, as you can see, I fell a lot further than the Gri-Gri, but that's what it's supposed to do. It worked well. It caught before the knot at the end of the rope, which was kind of nice. It locks into place. This metal clip comes down and locks the rope. It seems to work very well, actually. I'm actually gonna pull the clips out and come back down. And like I said, this is, I find this would be a great device if you're actually doing any big wall climbing. I still tie knots, of course. I really don't think it's very safe not to tie knots. The only problem with the knots are, the way I learned is to tie the knots in the rope bag, and then you have a beaner right here that'll catch the knot, so you can kind of take the knot apart in your teeth, like use your teeth to open up the knot. The only problem with this is if you do fall, and since it slips, I have a feeling that it could pull a little bit on that beaner. Worst case scenario, it could rip your beaner off your rope bag. I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. This thing gets a little tight here, by the way, so your rope, which is nice because you can use any size rope. This thing is made for no matter how big, no matter how small, it's supposed to lock up in there. And as you can see, this thing definitely stuck in there. This is an old rope though. It's one of my short ropes that I use. So I would say that's a very successful test. It'll still be scary at the gunks. I just used this to do a almost 150-foot climb. I used our 100-meter rope and I went all the way to the top. And I could have been taking some big falls, and like I said, I do have the knots in the rope, so it should have caught, but I love this device. I mean, if you're doing any solo rope climbing, I would say this is a great device to have. If anybody knows any better devices than this, please let me know. I would definitely check them out and I'll test them out. I do have another device coming. It's the click up. I don't know if I would ever use that to solo rope climbing, especially since I have the Revo, but I definitely want to test it out and just see how it holds up. It's supposed to auto lock. It's just like a normal ATC, but it locks into place. So I'll let you know how that one goes. Hey, hope to see you guys out there. I wish it wasn't winter time because I hate the goddamn winter because there's not much climbing, but hey, if the weather's like half decent, like yesterday I was at the gunks and got some solo trad in. So hope to see you guys all out there soon.